All right, we're going to look at promoting healthy aging. So we're going to look at Healthy People 2020 initiatives. We're going to talk about the National Bullseye for Behavioral Change. We're going to look at some models for health promotion programs. I have the web links all in the course for you. We're going to look at the concept of re-engagement and look at some examples and the components of Medicare prevention. We're going to really talk about life review. This is so important and such a good tool with the elderly. We're going to look at exercise and nutrition. I have the website linked for you for the Center for Science of Public Interest. It's pretty cool. And we're going to look at the greenhouse project as we can look at the future of long-term care because we cannot afford it the way it is right now. So again, as with any chapter, we have key terms that we'll be looking at throughout your readings. So one of the big things with health promotion, it doesn't work for everyone all the time, but you can do it across the ages. You really can promote healthy changing. Exercise, you're never too old to start. That video I have out there about that 77-year-old woman, I had seen her on Oprah and she just absolutely blew my mind. I think with more of the softer movements, the Tai Chi, the chair exercises, chair dancing, just basic 30 minutes a day walking is wonderful. We can teach people to change their diet. We can get them to re-engage in life and not just kind of give up. Healthy People 2020, these are indicators of what as a society we are looking at. We utilize these very much in health programs, and it is important to know what our government is promoting as problems, as it is based in research. So I want you to take a minute to go out there and look at those objectives for 2020. We need to set up a contract or at least a calendar that they can check off and have a goal set that they'll do it maybe 2 times a week, 3 times a week. We really encourage about 30 minutes of cumulative exercise most days. We worry about the older adult because of food choices. They have a tendency to be more obese. They're very high carb, fluff, high salt foods that really don't offer a lot of protein. And protein seems to be the one thing that as somebody ages, they just don't crave as often. Like I may crave to go out for a big steak dinner. Eating alone is not fun. Cooking for one is not fun. Do their teeth fit? Can't believe the cost of dentures. Do they have some sort of medical disease that inhibits them from cooking? Do they have a disease, some type of bowel disease that's leading to malnourishment? What we want to do is look, as that picture shows you in the book on page 201, we want that bullseye. We want those foods in italics, not going just to the breads and the sweets, easy to make, but getting into more fruits and vegetables and getting closer into that center of the bullseye and away from high saturated, high salt, low nutritional foods. So we've got to personalize that and meet that bullseye. Mental health, this is where we do a lot of life review, looking back on the positives. We screen for depression. Many under the mental health psyche can be very dependent on other people, and we really want to promote more independence, having them do things for themselves. And this can become a problem in acute care settings where they will want you to do everything for them because it feels so good and to have somebody taking care of them. We want to focus on their quality of life and enhance what they have, promote that wellness. Your book talks about many different model health programs that we're starting to see pop up across the United States. HealthWise is under Medicare. It's the Medicare Self Program. Um, it provides information on health problems, not updated all the time, but it is pretty well updated to give people an idea of how to improve their health. It also is in a Spanish version. The Chronic Disease Self-Management Program, this is coming out of Stanford University. It involves participants, and they had training. And what we're trying to do is focus on exercise and symptom management, sleep, emotions, and using the community resources that are available. This is now starting to pop up more and more as we have heart failure clinics, Coumadin clinics, because we want to be able to really work at keeping the exacerbations out of from occurring and keep them out of the hospital. Project Enhance, this is out of Seattle. This is also looking at self-care management, health functional assessments, counseling, exercise programs. And what they're finding with working with their local areas on aging, it is promoting fitness and wellness. And in the Wausau community, we do have a very active Aging and Disability Resource Center. The Ornis Program for Reversing Heart Disease, this is coming out of California. It's about a preventative medicine. What they're trying to do is recommending more vegan with low-fat intake, some aerobic exercise, yoga, smoking cessation. They did find that by getting people into these programs, they could limit the spread of the heart disease. The Benson Mind Body Medical Institute is out of Harvard. This is working on relaxation, meditation, trying to really focus on wellness, that mind-body connection. Medicare is looking at inhibiting these as well as part of the comprehensive wellness program. Strong for Life is a home-based exercise program that focuses on strength exercise. What is amazing is when I was out playing on YouTube, how many videos there are for people at home that are elderly that really are a hoot to watch and really are really cool. I just really enjoyed watching many of them as I got sidetracked putting some of the stuff together for this class. Re-engagement instead of retirement. Like I've stated earlier, the baby boomers turned 65 in 2001, and I'm the last year of the baby boomers, so I'm 51. So again, we're talking about that silver tsunami. We're going to get the pig in the blanket. We're going to all be coming together long. We will be the oldest, longest living group in history. We will be out of work for 25 years with retirement because we're living so long. So we want it to be re-engagement. It's that second part of life, because the term retirement before, you didn't have a lot of years, and now you may have 25 to 30 years to reinvent yourself, re-engaged. Very long-lived, very well-educated. We are healthier because of wellness and prevention programs that are starting to come into our insurance companies. We're very engaged, and we're the largest group of retirees that are out there, which is amazing. So there are ways we can get our older adults. There's one, it's kind of like youth corps for the elderly, but it's experience corps, where they're mentors to low-income kids. And it gives them a sense of well-being, and you think of all the retired teachers and engineers and all these wonderful people that can share and help our school systems, which are just failing. So there are ways to re-engage and reinvent. What is kind of cool is the greenhouse that they did in Tupelo, Mississippi, where they had their little elderly neighborhood. To me, this is like living where my dad lives, in a gated community in Florida. While these residents each have a private bath, it makes sense for the shared cooking and socializing. They can still live independently to be together. That group I go down at Thanksgiving, and it's a hodgepodge of people. It's, you know, what do they call themselves? The orphans. And what a gathering when they all bring their food together and socialize, and they have garage parties and football parties. But they're, many of them, widowed, or children like me that don't live anywhere near them, where they've reinvented themselves. They're having an absolute ball. They travel, and it's the best thing ever. And those that can't travel don't, but they come back and share their pictures. So really what we're seeing is, with these pilots coming up and these models, that these are the type of things that can be brought into any community, any assisted living. But we really need to look differently at how we're promoting health, what are we trending, in that living for them. That this is going to be the biggest area for us. We want to, I love that, re-engagement, not retirement.